whenever I'm nearby yours, you want me to unwrap all your chocolates and replace them with grapes. Because I
That
can do this for you.
hey 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 hey. Supermarkets, yeah, we sell tinned wrapped grapes. It'll get more people eating fruit.
Tinned wrapped grapes.
Yeah,
What does that
like
even...
instead of Quality Street, we call it like Quality Grape, and have like red grape and
and
green grape and pipped grape.
and trick like children into getting it for their parents. The parents are like, no, 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 and then they finally cave in. They get them, and they're grapes.
Yes,
Genius, real genius. So anyway, welcome back to the Parrot Podcast, where we talk about video games and grapes. So
And
before we say
grapes.
anything else, guess what we've got? It's an intro. It's impossible to watch this intro without smiling.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway, yes, welcome back to the Parrot Podcast. This is episode 4, or cuatro, if you are French or Spanish. I'm not sure which language that is. In this episode, we're going to be talking about a lot of Christmassy things and New Year'sy things, or festive things. Save me here. Things of that nature, because we did miss a single show, because
We
it
did.
was on Christmas, like the day
I think
after
it was Christmas
Boxing
Day I think it might have been on Christmas Day. Hold on, I can
was-
look on the. Can you go back on the calendar? You can go back
Can
on the
go
calendar.
back
Look
on
at
the
that.
calendar. Which is a bit silly
Um,
if you think back, because you never really need to write dates.
No,
in
it's the
past.
day after Boxing Day. It was meant to
Oh,
go
well,
out.
the
We
day
were
after
just-
Boxing Day, that sacred day of the year.
Yeah,
where you
I know,
cannot
right?
record,
The
you know?
day where you're so busy. Yeah,
To be
I'm
fair,
sorry,
in
guys.
my case, I actually was busy, and really, what we're saying is it's all Twitcat's fault.
Yeah, I
But
can't
the
do
day
this
after Boxing
podcast
Day,
on my
I mean,
own.
what are you gonna do? Like, you can't just return home from your day after Boxing Day celebrations. That's
No,
just
exactly.
not a proper thing. Anyway, over the festive period, though, a lot of big stuff happened, and there was one really big thing over Christmas, because usually it's dead period, because obviously it's Christmas. People are busy doing things rather than creating news. But the big story that I guess we should get out of the way and talk about is the Steam... It's not a hack, but the Steam cache issue.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Are you
The
familiar with
Steam
it?
issue- I am.
Do you
I
know
am, yeah.
what exactly, like... Do you want me to
Pretty much.
clarify anything?
Yeah, piece together what we've got. Has Steam actually come out themselves?
Steam,
And
this is the thing about it, right? Because, right now, as I've recorded this
if
show...
you don't know what happened,
That's yeah. Okay, so basically on Christmas Day, one guy at Steam updated the code for pretty much for the caching thing, which basically is what delivers pages to you. They do this. They have a cache thing in place so that they don't have to get the content each time. They can just give it out. They update it roughly once every few minutes. We don't know the exact timing, but it's not every second. It's not every millisecond. It's every few minutes. So basically, what this means is usually it updates everything besides the user info, because that you don't want, Z1 and Only's billing details when it goes to request mine. You don't want my billing details when he's trying to buy something, or when some
I
guy in
do.
Norway's trying to buy something. But they
I
made
do.
a fatal error on Christmas Day. I don't know who's editing the code on Christmas Day. They changed the caching code so that instead of like making sure it refreshed, it didn't. So it would get the same cached page as everyone else, and then it would also get the cached details from that guy. So once every few minutes, one guy would win or lose the lottery, and he would get his details cached into the system. And until it updated in a few minutes' time, everyone who went to their account page, everyone who went to their billing page, instead of getting their details, they got his details. And
not what you want.
no, you want and because this went on for 4 hours, several hundred people presumably had basically their last 4 digits of their numbers revealed, their home address.
Fortunately, it wasn't. I mean, it was a catastrophe, but it wasn't.
It wasn't as big as everyone's saying, because although it sucks for 200 people, it doesn't even suck too hard for them, because although they got doxed to some extent,
the last 4 digits of their card. I mean,
there's
not
still a
much
lot
you
of
could
effort
really
to
do
go
about that.
into to do anything bad of it,
Yeah,
like it's the
apart
start
from-
of a dangerous trail.
Yeah, apart from full name and potentially address.
And the
I mean,
email
those
address
things
part,
you could-
I think in reality, all of them know, oh, yeah, my stuff, well, I don't know if they did know their stuff went out there, but I presume most people went through some steps to hide their stuff, and I doubt anyone's probably going to get too seriously hacked, because usually
No.
that's not what you do, just some random deal on Steam. But yeah, the big issue with this whole thing is the fact that Steam did that for several hours on Christmas Day and caused this big internet panic. I just randomly checked Reddit on like Christmas Day, like or while I was doing something, and it was like, oh, looks like the internet's on fire today, because
Yeah.
everyone's just like, no one knew what was going on at the time. This is stuff we've worked out after the fact, right?
Yeah.
And do you know what you would like to say? What was your reaction when you heard about
Well,
this? Or did you hear
I
about it
was
afterwards?
I was just happily chilling out, watching some YouTube on the Xbox, and a YouTuber called Total Biscuit published a video, and it said 8 minutes ago, Steam hacked or something he called it, which understandably at the time everybody assumed it was. You assume that something is going on when people's details are being shown to other people.
Yeah,
And
you do.
he basically just explained, whatever you do, do not go on Steam to check if you have been hacked.
Yeah, that was the key thing to me. Like, so many people were like, "Oh, I'll check Steam to see if I've been hacked," and to me, it's like,
Why? Yeah.
you're not going to be able to do anything. Like, you,
If it was actually being hacked at the time, by you logging in, just gave them your details.
the one thing
or
you
could
might have done
potentially
though,
have.
by a lot of people logging in, you might have saved someone else. You might have taken the bullet for them. But
Yeah.
that's probably not what you were going on there to do.
No, no.
One interesting thing I found out while researching this actually, so this is a serious caching issue, but it's not the first time it's happened, and the Norwegian government, kind of like how HMRC has like the tax return thing, the Norwegian government has a similar thing for self-employed people, and one year they had a caching issue where it wasn't just like every minute it refreshed, for a very long amount of time, like several days, just one guy's tax returns were visible to everyone. So not even just like, they're going to show off his name and his address. Everyone in Norway got this one guy's tax returns instead of their own. And to me, that's like, oh, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Probably don't want that information going out to
I
everyone
mean,
in
that,
Norway.
that compensation is needed for that kind of mess up, isn't it?
I have to imagine they gave it to him. Norwegians are nice
Oh, yeah.
people. They're nice people.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Very nice people.
So yeah, the aftermath of this is like, we should trust Steam a bit less. A bit less. A decent
Yeah.
amount. Although, having said that, maybe you can reveal this yourself, but didn't you make a big purchase on Steam the day afterwards?
I
You're like,
did, yeah.
Probably shouldn't
I
trust
went
them, but value.
Yeah. Well, I went on just to see what was going on there, see if anybody if I, for whatever reason, came up. I thought I'd see if my address had changed or if my profile had been modified or whatever in any way. And on the Steam sale, I noticed that all the Lara Crofts were on sale. Now, I'm a huge Lara Croft Tomb Raider fan. In fact, well, to be honest, that's sort of a lie in a way because I haven't played the two most recent ones.
The
But
reboot ones,
it-
really.
Yeah, but it was a nostalgia thing. When I was very, very young, my dad was a huge gamer and really enjoyed the Lara Croft games. So I used to watch him play it when I was like, well, I mean, the first Lara Croft I think was 1996 or 1997.
PlayStation
when
1,
it came
so
out.
that sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, and I used to watch him on there. So I'm 22 now. You guys can work out how young I was, and I would watch them on that. And when I saw them come on sale, I was like, I have to play them for myself. And it's quite funny because I could remember parts of the game, like of the first. I'm talking about the first Lara Croft itself. I can remember parts of them, but like my dad knew that I had bought them, so every now and again he would come in and he would say, "Oh, you're here. You need to push that box, jump on there, jump over this, mind the boulder that rolls down, and then shoot the tiger at the bottom."
That is great. That is
I'd be like, "What?" Do you know what I mean? This is like literally a decade ago that he played this game, and he still just knows.
Video games have this weird kind of memory thing where you can remember that stuff so late on, right? Like,
Yeah,
I worry-
education. If you're the head of education for any country and you're watching this games,
that's why a lot of countries use Minecraft in education, right?
they do now. Yeah.
Have an exciting video about that being sitting in my video reserve for a month.
Plug.
I'd love to plug it, but it's not out there, and it's not going to be out there for a while. But
Oh, right. Heads up plug.
heads up plug at some point in the future.
Go
We'll be
subscribe to
seeing
Toycat if you
Yeah,
want to see
yeah,
this
yeah.
video. That will probably end up coming out somewhere in the future.
Yeah, it presumably will have to come out unless Minecraft or education stops existing. That's the plan right now. Anyway, but basically in this video, like as I was researching it, I found out a bunch of weird things. Like in Sweden, they had a big competition, and one of the years the people who won it used Minecraft as their entry. So it's like a project thing, and they won it by like making a copy of Stockholm in Minecraft. And I was like, that's cool.
That's pretty
damn
sick,
cool.
isn't it?
But
that's
so
sick.
The one thing I do worry about when it comes to how much we remember about old games, because I have the same thing about games from that time, is if you can remember, go down the hill, dodge the boulder, kill the tiger. If you only have a limited memory space, which we still don't know if you do or you don't, then you've knocked something out of there to remember that.
Yeah.
And
Usually something like your social security number. You know?
yeah, right. Like, I mean, like, even if it's like science or like just like, oh, two hydrogen atoms and a carbon atom make.
Yeah. But the
Whatever
trouble
that
is you'll never know what you've forgotten because you've forgotten it. So you'll never know what's gone.
It's gone forever, but you do know how to beat that level in Tomb Raider. So
Yeah.
anyway,
There you go.
I believe you had some news from over the Christmas period you'd wanted to talk about.
I did. One is from, I got it on this screen here. One is from the United States of America.
Oh, really?
Now, it's
USA.
about the police. Now, we're not going to go into too much about the police in America.
No, police brutality is one of the subjects this week. I'm sorry. We're going to be going in on in-depth
Just
conversation
going in
about,
on-
the
no, it's
solutions
not to
cause-
do with police brutality, but
Oh.
a 911 dispatcher has been reprimanded and demoted after he was playing games instead of dispatching emergency people to the 911 calls. For example, down here, this is over the Christmas period, by the way, it says, in one such incident, a hit and run incident in Lake Park was held for 40 minutes before being dispatched because he was playing a game. And
Okay, key information. Do we know what game he was playing?
it doesn't say, no word on the games Morris, the guy who was doing it, was playing.
Because I feel as
It-
though if this is like a game on his phone and he's just being a lazy guy like that,
It must be a phone game.
but imagine he just got a really good game for Christmas, right? He's just got Halo 5. He's really interested, or he wants to see the end of the campaign. You can kind of see it to some extent. Like if he's a few minutes late, yeah, gotta beat the mission,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly right.
Maybe
I'm worried
it
you're
was-
not on my side here, which is clearly the right one,
Yeah, yeah. No,
But 40 minutes seems a bit excessive. Like how long can you
that's
really
not the only
be
one.
stuck
There,
on that
there was
level?
another. There was another one. I can't find it on here anymore. It's an article thing, but it was like delayed for 20 minutes, and it was something like, I mean, not a terrible crime, but it was like a theft crime. And you think if he dispatched the units as soon as he got that call, they might have caught the guy or had a better chance of catching the guy, or at least catching the guy quicker if he was still caught. But yeah, he's only been reprimanded for the week. So basically, he can now play his game for a week
Yeah,
and then go
that,
back to work.
that seems like a tactical decision if you ask me.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't know why, in my head, I actually do have this big distinction if it is a mobile game or if it is like a 3DS or like a handheld, or like I feel like there is a distinction between playing Angry Birds for too long and like killing someone, and between being engrossed in a game and killing someone. Do
Yeah.
you agree with that distinction?
Yeah. I like to think that he actually like had bought his Xbox or PlayStation and then plugged it into like one of the CCTV
That's what-
monitors. Do you know what I mean?
I'm picturing the monitor with his calls coming up on, like the one that he actually does his stuff on. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting round to it now."
Or whenever he gets a call, he needs to undo the HDMI from the back and then plug the cool one back in again. Who's calling me? Oh, hold on a minute. Let me just complete this level first.
And in the meantime, he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, the system is going through some real issues. Just give me some time."
Yeah, all of our people are busy at the moment.
Do you? It's like, have you ever called 999 or 911 or whatever?
I have, yes.
How many times?
Oh, more than I can remember.
Okay, so most recently, how does or like in general, how does it go? I've never done it like on purpose.
You call, well, in the UK, it's 999 for us.
Or however, 911 does still work.
Does it work?
Yes. Well,
I did
it's
not know.
it's an emergency number on your phone. I've never rung it because I didn't want to. I heard it worked. I've never tested it.
Huh, I've never tested it.
Also-
Well, 999 is the normal number that's advertised.
010 is the no 12. What's the number like 123?
It's a 121.
121.
something,
That's the number you should call because it works in all of Europe, not just the UK.
It's non-emergency though, isn't it, or something?
Oh, maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of. There's
Something.
there's an emergency number across all of Europe. Anyway, your point. Let's
Yeah, well,
not
you
focus
call
on
them
the
up
numbers.
and you get put through to an operator first. This operator asks what the problem is and who you need. and you basically give them a very brief, someone's been hit by a car. I need fire engine.
Oh wait, I assumed they'd pick for you.
No, you say I need fire service and ambulance.
So I know
Okay,
you
car
haven't
crash.
asked for the wrong one, but if you're like, my friend's been hit by a car, please send the fire brigade. I would like a reassuring man to help me through this time. Will they do it, or do you reckon they'd say, no, sir, this is an ambulance situation? Is there like is it an actual
think
choice, or is it
They
just
would. I think they would use their own discretion.
Okay.
I think they'd probably send police. Police end up everywhere anyway, don't they? No matter what it is,
Ooh.
So
That's a very country boy opinion to have, I will say.
no, they do.
Police
Whenever
are everywhere, they are.
police are everywhere. You see,
Always in my garden.
always there. Get off my land. No, yeah, I think they'd use their discretion, and then once you do that, they then put you through. They obviously are typing those details in while you're talking to them. That gets sent through to who you need, and then you get put through to that department. Let's say if the big one is an ambulance, you get put through to those, and they take your address, or your location, name if you want. And that kind of thing, and sometimes depending on the situation, how it happened, but very quickly,
I was expecting there to be a cooler step in there because I'd always heard the vague outline when I was in school, but like there's people who do the dispatching, and it's like if they're too busy, do you get put on hold? Is it like a system to work out who's doing what?
Oh no, I think there's so many. I do know that to be a emergency operator, you have to pass a load of tests on what is basically a human lie detector. These operators have something ridiculous like a 94% hit rate of knowing when a caller is lying or telling the truth.
That's pretty good. Good.
And if they think you're lying, they will not do anything.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like that's although even 94% of people who lie get caught, and the other 6, or let's just say something like that, but 6% of people are telling the truth, but seem like they're lying.
But what you got to remember is that it's very rare that only one person calls up for a situation. If there's a car crash, you usually get multiple people call.
Oh, I guess that's true. That's true. Well, I mean, in the situation of like a just single person,
my house has been robbed.
Yeah, and they're like, good one, AJ.
There's a lot of discretion.
I hear that fake accent you're putting on.
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah.
Think you can get me?
I think the most recent one I had was I had to call the police. I was driving up the dual carriageway, and a car was heading up the dual carriageway, but on the other side. And this car, I had to catch up with this car going the opposite way down the dual carriageway. Caught up to it, got side by side with him, but with the barrier in the middle.
Oh, right. I thought you just turned around and like copied it.
Oh no. He was on the other side. Like I was driving north, and he was driving north, but he was driving on the southbound side.
Oh, okay.
And I had to call him up and say, someone's driving up this road the wrong way.
Okay, so you strike me as the type of person that thinks there is a line where you shouldn't call the police on someone for certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you draw the line? Because if the road was empty, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like 3:00 in the morning.
How do you draw the line between he's just harmlessly
he's driving up the
wrong
road
way down the road?
Way. He's driving up the road the wrong way.
He there was a turning. He went on the wrong road, and he's just going with it. It's awkward to have to reverse out and.
No, you cannot do that. Yeah, I mean, urinating up a wall, I'm not going to call the police about unless it's my wall, and then it's a different matter.
Yeah,
but no, I think the line is at life-threatening. Well, not life. Yeah, harming.
Okay.
Usually harming to others because I don't really care about the person themselves if they're doing something stupid.
Yeah, I was just curious as like where, because everyone seems to have their own line of like where it's snitching and where it's
I don't think
being a nice person.
I don't think calling the emergency services is snitching.
Some people genuinely do.
It's not like telling your parents, "Oh, my brother stole my chocolate bar."
Also, okay, in that situation though, still, why? Like, I've never understood why it's called like snitching or telling tales or whatever. It's like, I'm reporting a crime to the authority,
Yes.
and the authority is saying, sorry, please stop telling us stories about this stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, you want me to
Deal
commit a
with
crime
it.
back? That's
Deal
what you.
with it.
But yeah, so that's
Anyway, let's get back onto the gaming stuff.
So yeah, is that everything on this one? Don't
Yep.
play video games if you're a 911 dispatcher. Is
Yeah,
that the
basically.
lesson?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, next story you have, if you do have one.
I don't really have a story. I have my most anticipated games for 2016 that I'm looking forward to.
Ooh, I'd like to hear about these.
Yeah.
Or actually, wait, can I take how many do you have on the list?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 10. Look at that. There might be.
We got a top 10 list on our hands here. Okay, let me just guess.
Oh, it's 11.
I'm going to guess a game, and I'm going to guess its spot.
Oh, I haven't ordered them.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll guess a game, and I guess
Guess a game.
Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
I saw it. It's not on the list of what I'm excited for.
Okay.
Well, not all these games I'm excited for. I've picked these games if I'm excited for them or if I think they are unneeded or they can spark some conversation between us. But that's
do it.
not on there.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 is on there because I couldn't care less about Street Fighters.
I couldn't care less about Street Fighter either.
And they're making another one. I don't like fighting games.
Have you ever looked at how many Street Fighters there are?
Yes, there's more than 5.
They did the Call of Duty like yearly release thing back in the 90s. Where
Yeah.
it's like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 EX, Street Fighter 2 EX thing, and they were terrible about it. They like released separate characters for different games instead of like any way to expand that. It'd be like buy the new game for the new characters.
Exactly.
Bad. But yeah, Street Fighter 5. It's probably a good game if you like Street Fighter.
It probably is a great game, and 4 actually was huge.
4 was very big. Although,
You know, when
how
it
many
came-
4s did they release? Because I know there was.
Well,
multiple.
I'm talking about the main the release of the modern cons because I think it was like the first modern console Street Fighter for quite some time. Do you know
I
what I
played it
mean?
actually.
I'm
not good at
had
playing
a friend
games.
who
but I
brought
liked
it over, but I don't know. I'm not a button masher, and I can't be bothered to learn how to use all the combos.
I'm a button
so
master.
yeah, that's February the 16th, or the February sometimes 2016 for PC and PS4. No news on Xbox apparently.
Aw. It probably
Next
is one
one
of those
is-
PS4 timed things.
Yeah, most likely. Next one is Far Cry Primal.
Oh, I am excited for this.
Yeah. It's on there because I love Far Cry games. It's obviously a cross between Tomb Raider and Grand Theft Auto in a way, sort of. Do you know what I mean? Very open world, free.
It's
world.
The open world in Far Cry is a very unique experience.
Yeah, indeed. And I know on Far Cry 3 they released the futuristic.
The Blood Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play it. I like Far Cry games. I don't like using that game and then what is basically reskinning it.
Oh, is Far Cry Primal just that for Far Cry 4?
I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a standalone.
It's assumed.
If it's a standalone purchase game, then it's even worse, in my mind.
Well, maybe. Okay, so this is what I understand of the situation. I thought they just did this announcement trailer, like game coming next year. That's something games like to do now because sometimes 2-year hype trains derail themselves. So I thought it was just Far Cry, but like way back when. And I don't know how you make that work. So I guess it probably is a standalone. But I just thought new Far Cry game. I love 3. I love 4. Heck yeah, let's do this.
If it's released and if it is actually, I don't know enough about it really to critique it too much. If it is a standalone built from the base up game, then yeah, great to see another Far Cry. However, it's not the Far Cry series in terms of Far Cry 1, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3. It's set in, or it's before.
Well,
it's
the one thing about that you're saying though is that the thing about the Far Cry series is the Far Cry series isn't the Far Cry series because Far Cry 1 was developed by the people who made Crysis, as I understand.
Yeah.
Far Cry 2 was renowned as a pretty terrible game, and 3 and 4 are kind of this separate thing by a separate developer. And I mean, if this is by the same developer, it's as much Far Cry 5 as a Far Cry 5 would be. So I see.
If they called it Far Cry 5, the Primal, I would be hyped for it. It's a
I
new game, but for them not putting Far Cry 5, it makes me think in my head. Now I might be totally wrong on this. I might not have researched into it enough.
I could be wrong on being excited. I think it's
Yeah, but not putting 5 makes it seem expansion-ish instead of new game-ish.
So I'll try to be quick here because I think we're treading along a lot of the same ground. I think the sequel, like sequelitis or whatever it is, like I think it is a real issue when you get to a big enough number in games, and I think maybe 4 might be the highest many games go to. Because if you think about Call of Duty, they call their games their main series games, Advanced Warfare or Ghosts or whatever. A lot of games do that because if you're doing a yearly release or a bi-yearly release, you run out of numbers real fast. Because even GTA 5 sounds like that's kind of high.
Sounds overdone, doesn't it?
GTA 6 can't be called GTA 6.
Street Fighter for sure does.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat is even worse. Mortal Kombat 10.
10.
They had to call it X. And
Final Fantasy 15 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. They only get away with it because I in my head I pronounce it XXIV. It's like, yeah, Final Fantasy XXIV.
There you go. Next one is Uncharted. Oh, by the way, Far Cry Primeval is PC, PS4, and Xbox February 23rd, it says.
That early.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know why, but that gets me less hyped. Like,
Being
February
that early?
23rd, they announced it in, like, October.
Next
it
month.
Could be... I think I'll look at it, and I might... Actually, I'll probably buy it.
It's 3 days before my birthday. It'd be a lovely birthday gift if it turns out to be good.
I'll buy it for myself, and then I'll ship it to you on your birthday. And that way we get the
as
best
long
of
as
both
it's
worlds.
good, though. Review it first. If it's good, I'll have it as a gift. If it's not, I'll just have the cash equivalent.
Yeah, okay. That works for me. Okay,
Next one. Tom Clancy's The Division. PC, PS4, Xbox One, March the 8th. Apparently, if that is actually the date after it's been delayed for so long. I think delaying this game for so long has actually reduced the hype of it. It's been downgraded
you're gonna have to
many
do
times.
all of the talking in this game because zero idea over here.
Zero? Have you ever played any Tom Clancy games?
Yeah, I played Rainbow Six Vegas and
But
also The Siege. But
from the original trailers, me and one friend of mine have been like super, super excited about it. Think about Grand Theft Auto-ish, like world, story driven though, and then the ability to drop in and out of missions themselves. So, for example, I could be playing on my own, and then my friend, for example, could be on his lunch break at work. So he signs in on his phone or iPad or whatever. And because he's coming in from his iPad, he can't obviously do the full controls of a player. So he comes in as a drone and can shoot stuff. It just sounds so awesome. But it's a game that you need friends.
that's why I hate it. No, I honestly, like, I'm hearing what you're saying. And for a lot of games, that would be that should be a good selling point. But for me, I'm just like, it's going to come out. It's going to be average. It's going to be Tom Clancy 25. And
yeah, I mean, it's really good. It sounds really good, but it has been downgraded from, pretty much every aspect of it, graphically wise and performance wise, since the original release. That's PC, PS4, and Xbox One, March the 8th. I think I mentioned that.
Okay then. Okay. So what's the next game on your list here?
Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted? You know the Uncharted games?
Yes. Give me a second.
Yep.
Okay, so talk about this game.
I'm going to talk about this game while you're gone, and you're going to come back and you're going to miss it. So
okay.
Unfortunate. So Uncharted 4 is a game that I am actually sort of excited about. It's one of these games that I have, one of the series of games that I haven't actually played before. I've never played an Uncharted, but Lara Croft games, Tomb Raiders that we've been talking about earlier on, I really love. And Uncharted is a modern day version of Lara Croft. Well, it's basically the same thing with a male protagonist instead of a female protagonist.
This is one of those games I didn't care about until I played Tomb Raider, and I heard everyone say Tomb Raider's just Uncharted. Now it's like, I really did like Tomb Raider. Maybe I will like Uncharted. So
yeah, I've never
PS4?
played any of them, but maybe when 4 is getting close to release, I'll be able to get the other ones cheaper.
Oh, that's a way better idea. Yeah. So this is awful that we think like this, but single player games, you can play them whenever, and they'll be just as good. And you know
Apart
what?
from puzzle games like Lara Croft and Uncharted, once you've done them once, you can't play them anymore.
And
Portals don't work.
$60 is a ridiculous amount for a game, or £40
To play
in the UK.
once,
Mm-hmm.
or to have the experience of playing a puzzle game for the first time once.
And in the case of Tomb Raider, if you wait 2 years, it doesn't cost you 40; it costs you 0, and that's why it's terrible. But I don't care at all.
That's the reason behind them.
I'll get
But
hyped
obviously
in 2 years
PS4
when it's on the PlayStation games of whatever it's called, the PSN Plus
games. It's got a
weird
Plus.
name. It's got a cooler name, I think. But I think
Better than games with gold or whatever.
Yeah,
but obviously that's PS4 exclusive. April the 26th.
I'll be excited. April 26th, 2018.
Why?
Because that's roughly 2 years after. I assume that's when it will be good.
Oh, yeah. I see. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge, Catalyst, PC, PS4, Xbox One, May the 24th.
I feel
Haven't
like
even played it.
grumpy old man here, but even though I liked Mirror's Edge, I'm just not excited for this one.
Really?
I just don't think I feel like Mirror's Edge was a cool concept, but taking a cool concept and making a sequel, it could work. It could work.
I think there's so much more that they could do with it. Going back to Tomb Raider, it's Tomb Raider episode. Going back to Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider 1, run, jump, grab, and what we called at the time, I don't know what it's called now, we called it shimmy at the time, where you shimmied along a crack in the rock. Tomb Raider 2, you could climb walls, was one in Tomb Raider. So you could do all of that and then climb walls. Tomb Raider 3, you've got monkey bars, sprinting, and crouching, crawling. Mirror's Edge could be a similar thing. So Mirror's Edge, you could run, jump, and twist and do all this crazy stuff with a little bit of gunfighting. The second one could have things that we can't think of at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Well, some games do it well. Portal 2 is a great example. But
Portal 2 is a great example.
I don't know why I'm just so cynical about this one. I feel like Mirror's Edge is a game that wasn't even enough for a full game. It was a cool enough concept for a minigame, but I'll play it. I'll try it. I just expect I'll be disappointed. And maybe that's
likely.
That's cynical, but
Likely. I don't think I ever actually completed. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think it didn't keep my attention enough to complete it.
I just got trapped on a bit, and I was like,
Doom is being redone.
Wait.
Doom.
Oh wait. Is this? I have heard of this. Is it multiplayer?
I expect so. I would expect so. But basically, it's Doom 1 remastered, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah. It's just called Doom, though, right?
Yeah, just
Which
called
is
Doom.
terrible for...
Yeah, it's so awkward, isn't it?
I
Again,
I
Lara
think lots
Croft
of games...
Tomb Raider done that. The new Tomb Raider is called Tomb Raider. It makes things so difficult. And you're setting up kids for setting them up for disappointment at Christmas when they get Tomb Raider 1 instead of the new Tomb Raider.
I hope that happens. There's a part of me that's very excited.
It's so evil.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you are a grandmother watching this podcast and you get requests from your children about which game to play, check the year something came out. Oh, yeah. That's a good rule for anything. Because if you get asked for a Call of Duty game, for instance, Call of Duty 2008, not the one you should get.
No, don't get the one that's £3.99 in the bargain bucket.
I mean, I know it sounds great that it's in the bargain bucket, but there's a reason it's in the bargain bucket. It's not because your son wants it or your grandson.
It's because it's old.
Yes.
But I mean, if you don't know what Doom, if you're maybe a lot of our viewers are too young to know what Doom is, but Doom is probably the first barely 3D horror game.
Yeah, it's horror. Defining it's such a stretch, right? Like it's so many things. It wasn't even the first. That's the thing. There was technically one before it.
Yeah,
It's the popular first.
Yeah, it's the popular first one. I do like to think it's based off a horror-ish film.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
it is quite scary. I will say. Yeah.
At the time, it was really scary.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine now with our graphics.
Oh yeah, that could be good.
And our lighting and our shadows. I'm
excited.
Yeah, should be.
I played the
Definitely.
original Doom recently, and it doesn't necessarily hold up, but it's pretty good given that it's because you can't
Yeah.
even aim up and down; you just left and
No.
right. Like I'm excited if it's multiplayer too. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, if it is multiplayer, me and you will be playing it, but it will not be going out, I doubt, on either of our channels. It's probably not something that, well, it's at least not something that I will be putting out
Oh,
for
that's
you
the
guys
point.
to watch.
That's the point. Well, if I'm buying it, I'll probably end up doing a live stream or something.
Yeah, live stream it. But if you get scared, contact Toycat. I'm sure with all the stuff that's been going on recently, his email address will be out there somewhere. You can go and contact him and tell him how much he scared you.
So,
That's PC, PS4, Xbox One, the second quarter of 2016. They have no real release date. Crackdown 3.
didn't
Have you
play
played-
either of the original Crackdowns.
Haven't you really?
Well, the reason people bought Crackdown 1 was to get the Halo free beta codes, and I didn't care too much about Halo free.
Oh,
so-
no, Crackdowns are great games. Imagine Grand Theft Auto crossed with Borderlands that gives you Crackdown.
I have the original Crackdown on my 360 because of Games of Gold.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth playing in this day?
It is. It really, really is. It's Borderlands graphics with GTA 3 gameplay.
The thing is, I don't like GTA anymore. Like, it's not.
But it's futuristic. It's flying and futuristic weapons, and it is cool. Give it a try.
I'll give it a try.
Third one's going to be awesome. Guys, comment section, tell them how good Crackdown is. Even if you haven't played it, tell them how good it is. All right?
Well, now I know not to believe any of the comments. I'm going to assume that all of them are from non-Crackdown players. So
They'll all be from Crackdown players. I'm pretty sure everybody's played
you
it.
did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. Okay, it's the next one on your list. Let's go. Let's power through.
Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh, by the way, Crackdown is Xbox One, third quarter of 2016.
Okay,
But yeah, new Mass Effect.
I haven't finished 3 yet, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had
Guys,
that
comment
discussion,
section
didn't we?
below. Spoilers for Mass Effect 3. That will then stop him from checking the comment section for this video. So only I will respond to you because
Oh.
I love you more and I've completed it.
I want to play it, but I keep trying to play it, and then something happens, like the disc issue, and then the.
Well, you don't need to worry really because Andromeda is
It's a standalone game, right?
Yeah, I think
But,
it's even
like,
setting a
the Mass
different
Effect you-
time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Um,
play it then. I love Mass Effect as a universe, so.
Yeah, it's different time, different player, or hero, whatever you want to call it. There's not really too much information on it. I'm sure we'll be talking more about this in the coming months as more information is released because it is a huge game, and one that I think everybody's
I don't know.
anticipating.
I feel like Mass Effect 3 was big, but they dropped the ball in a lot of ways, so. And it's been a while. Maybe there's just not enough good enough games. It might be big, but.
I don't know. I think it's going to be the one in the top 5, potentially top 3 of the biggest games of 2016. I'm going to
Let's
put it
hold
out
him
there.
to this in our 2016 review on episode 55.
Yep, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna put it out there. That's PC, PS4, Xbox One, holiday 2016. Gears of War 4, obviously Xbox One exclusive, holiday 2016.
I feel like I don't play enough video games because of how many games there exist. I'm like,
You do not. Have you played a Gears of War? Guys, he does a gaming podcast.
oh.
He does a gaming podcast, and he has not played a Gears
I have
of
played
War.
2 games of Gears of War split screen, but I know that doesn't count.
That's
The
not
interest is
it.
the universe. Sorry, is so uninteresting to me. Like
Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh wait, no, yeah, I have played this. I played the first 2 missions of the campaign of Gears of War 1. I've done that.
I find it a boring story, but really fun to play. I think that's
I think
probably
people
gonna get a lot of
enjoy
hate
it,
for that.
and they're not wrong to enjoy it. I am not in that. I think it's the same. Like when I first played it split screen, a guy abused the chainsaw, and I was like, I hate this. I hate the death screen. I hate everything.
Well,
about
I
it.
played through 1, 2, and 3 co-op with a friend all in one night. It was like a marathon Gears of War.
So like,
Played number 1 co-op, played number 2 co-op, played number 3 co-op
how did you fit that all in one evening?
because we were boss at it.
Oh, Okay. So you
That's
played
why
easy difficulty. That's what
they're
you're
not
saying.
they're not long. They're not long
Oh, okay.
games. I think the first one you can probably get done in like 3 hours. Second one is probably about 4 hours. Third one's about five
Do
hours.
you think the story was good?
No, but it's fun to play. It's even funner to play on co-op.
Yeah, I can.
It,
Co-op games are fun. Yeah.
it's a co-op game. I think is the best way to put it. You
Gotta
don't
get
with co-op
friends.
games. You don't care about the
Friends,
story.
That's all I need.
You need friends. I'll be
Yeah.
your friend.
Okay.
I'll,
We'll play
I'll,
Gears
I'll-
of War 4 co-op together.
yeah, we'll go
Yeah.
through it together and not understand any of it, but just have fun along the way.
Sounds
Obviously,
great.
Xbox
Sounds
One.
great. That's 2016 sorted.
Batman Telltale series. It's on here because I'm not excited about it. And from your face, if you're listening to this on iTunes or anywhere else, he done quite a unbothered face. He pulled right then.
That was the most interested I've ever been at anything. When you
Yeah.
revealed it wasn't just Batman, it was Telltale Batman. My
Yeah.
interest was through the roof.
Yeah. Well, it's on here because of what I put on here because of what other people are saying about it. People are saying, why make a Batman game Telltale? Telltale games are story driven. Batman is action games. Now, in a way, yeah, that's true. But remember, Batman was a comic long before it was a game, and a comic is basically a Telltale game when you can't make any decisions.
Also, remember the Batman does better as a film than it does as a game.
It does.
Yeah, I think that's.
And a
kind of
film is a
established.
Telltale game where you can't make any decisions.
Yeah.
So it's
and
basically
I-
film crossed with comic where you can change the film as you go.
So my assignment for this week is to watch The Dark Knight finally, because I know it's one of the best
It's a
films
great
of the
one.
last decade or whatever.
It's a great one.
After that, I'll decide if I want a Telltale Batman, because they make really good games. I'll be honest. It's just,
Heath Ledger was phenomenal in that film. Really, really great. I have a dark joke. Do I hear the dark joke about it?
sure.
I have.
Yeah.
You know, Joker's saying?
No.
Joker's saying?
No. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at the joke.
Why so serious?
That's the one. Yeah. Why so serious?
No, it's not. No. Moment's gone. No, moment's gone. We should
That's
move
still the
on.
moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
no.
need to learn pop culture or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work. Plus, it's not really. It's a bit dark for this.
Okay. Okay.
That's another reason why I stopped it. I think halfway through, I sort of went, probably shouldn't. Probably
So,
not
what
gonna-
else are you excited for in 2016 then? We'll move on very rapidly.
All right, well, Batman console, PC, and mobile. No date set, but 2016 at some point.
Probably.
And the
yeah.
last one is a game that I only just found out about today. It's for June 2016, PS4 and PC. I am a huge fan of space games. A huge fan of space games. In fact, I love any games that have space in it. Go on.
Elite Dangerous.
Nope.
Darn. That's my guess. That's probably already out, isn't it? But yeah.
In fact, the game is. I only heard about it today. Yeah, here it is. Right. I love space games. In fact, any space simulator, anything that remotely has space in it, I play.
Mhm.
This one, 18 quadrillion planets.
Oh,
The
No
biggest
Man's
video-
Sky.
No Man's Sky. Where did you hear about it? You heard about it?
Yeah, I heard about this game. Everyone is gushing over it, and I've watched the gameplay of it, and the only big thing to me is the planets, and it's like they're all going to be procedurally generated, and procedural generation isn't so good. And it's going to be cool, but they have so few developers, they can't make a big game. Like to me, it sounds like a Morrowind, but made by 10 guys instead of 100.
But
or
it
whatever.
sounds that it has amazing potential.
Here's what this is. I don't know what the psychological name for this is, but if you like the idea of something, you think you love the idea, you don't love the thing. So when the thing actually happens, you'll hate it. Because you've got this amazing idea of what it can be, and you're like, and they'll do this, and they'll do this, and
See,
you'll
well,
buy it, and they won't do anything.
Destiny is a game that I haven't touched because it's too small.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing there. I mean, apparently it's an absolutely amazing game. I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, but I haven't played it or touched it at all myself because it's too small of a world. 18 quadrillion planets. I am gonna have so much fun. I'm one of these. What you got to remember is I'm a boring person in general.
You like Euro Truck Simulator, basically.
I like Euro. I do play it. I do have it.
The game is fun, I'll admit.
I have all the DLC and everything.
Oh,
And I got my steering wheel as well, pedals, everything. I'm one of these people that, like, with space games, I like a space game where you have to wait, where there's no real goal. You just fly from planet to planet and just see what's there.
I really think what you should do right now, rather than think about anything about it, get Elite Dangerous, because that game is out. And I don't know if you heard of it. And just, that sounds like exactly what you want. It
is, apart from Elite Dangerous, it's big, but it's extremely grindy.
Oh, is it now?
Extremely grindy. Plus, there are 15 ships and 15 weapons.
Is that not enough for you?
In one way, it's not enough. Well, I don't care how many weapons there are. I don't care how many ships there are, really, because I'm only using it as a simulator, if you will. But there's no. It's an early access game.
Oh, is it?
Do you know what I mean?
Access?
Well, I don't know if it's actually an early access game, but it's being developed as if it was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think originally, I might be wrong here, but I think originally it was a Kickstarter or something along that line. And as they hit milestones, they're able to bring out more. You know, it's something along. It might not be Kickstarter itself, but I'm sure it was a process along that similar line. But
yeah, I do remember Kickstarter, so I think
No Man's Sky just sounds really interesting. Just for one of those, oh, I've got a spare couple of hours. I'm just gonna go and fly around this universe, galaxy, and just see what I can find. Do you know what I mean? You go on Minecraft.
Procedural generation. It's like Minecraft. You can run in a direction for 10 miles and then you'll see the patterns.
Yeah, but in Minecraft, you have so much fun. You personally have so much fun finding seeds, aka planets, that look totally awesome. You know, you find a seed that has an ocean monument. By the way, on PC, I was looking for a series that I'm going to be starting soon. Plug. But I need PC for World Edit. And I was going through seeds, and I found the perfect survival island seed that has an ocean monument next to it.
And it was my seed.
No.
I have a seed that is that exact description.
Do you? I was just looking for random seeds on PC, and I was like, man, I wish PC seeds were the same as Xbox, because it would be amazing.
See, I have done my research into why all the differences are there, and it is really, really weird.
Why is that?
Because they've downsized biomes, like the minimum size of one, so you can literally get them, like... I don't know if it's different for each biome. You can get roof forests, which are a single tree. Then there's a desert. Then there's a roof forest, which is another single tree. Then there's a desert and a roof forest again, like for 5 or 6 trees. And it's like what I think it must be is the code for large biomes on PC. I think they reversed that and turned it into like small biomes, and it's always on if you have classic. So
are the seeds the same, but you're on a random point on a PC seed, or on that seed on PC?
Not that I can tell.
I
think it's
because I think it'd be quite interesting if these small biomes that we have on console, if you went to PC, those biomes would actually be like 30 times larger. But we're like seeing a map version of the PC seed.
That would be cool. I think I need to do some more PC comparisons actually, because
I noticed a difference. I'm not sure if anybody else has. I might be really, really slow on TU31, but it wasn't in the changelog as far as I know. But maps have more colors on them.
Yep. It's a secret feature. The mushroom biome is now like a bright purple instead of, I think it was just green before.
You see blacks on there now. Like I went on my theme park. This is how I found out. I went on my theme park world and I opened up my map to look for a place to build this next ride, and boom, my map became so colorful, and like you could define between dark gray and black, which I know doesn't sound much, but it makes maps look so much cooler.
Because before, it used to just generalize a lot of the colors. Now, whatever the most color off is in a block, it actually makes that on the map, which I think it looks much cooler.
Oh, it's so much brighter, vibrant. Yeah, good job. Good job. Even though it's been out on PC for God knows how long, over a year.
But now the real question, and now it's either for me, it's one of the worst times because I have no idea, but it's the most exciting time for console players in general, because next
exclusives.
I don't think it'll be exclusives. That's my thing, though.
Exclusives. Well, we've got 1.9 to catch up to yet, don't we?
Also, all the features we're kind of missing.
Yeah, and there's some of the features that we're
But
missing.
I worked out the theme behind all the features we're missing. It's customization, command blocks,
Yes,
banners,
yes,
customized worlds,
yes.
the
Skins. Doesn't it's still under customization and we don't have it.
We're never gonna get it though,
No.
and we both know why.
Yeah.
And there's stuff like being able to share worlds or realms
Yeah.
or whatever. It's all
Yeah.
customization. It's all customization. This can be a customization themed update, I reckon. That's a theory I came up with this morning and didn't proofread or anything. I was like, yeah, that's gonna come up somewhere.
Sounds pretty good.
Because honestly, till 1.9's done, because they can't work on the development versions because stuff changes. What are they gonna do? And as much as some people would
Exclusives.
love to sell the idea, if
Now,
they
you know
don't-
what it's going to be. You know what it's going to be. It's going to start off with a Street Fighter 5 mashup pack, then a Far Cry Primal mashup pack, then a Tom Clancy's The Division mashup pack, then an Uncharted 4 mashup pack.
Okay, so the thing is, the art team actually work on the mashup packs entirely. Like I used to think that, but then the coders do the worlds or whatever. No, the art team does everything. So
Yeah, but if they can't do on the updates, they'll just join the art team.
They're in separate offices. There's 100 miles between them. They're gonna drive a bus.
Do they
there
want
every
to
day?
keep their job or not?
I do actually wonder, and this is something there's no one I can ask about this that will tell me. But do you reckon? So 4J are clearly getting paid a cut of each sale of the console version, right? We don't know how much. So they have no real incentive to release updates unless they're being paid to release updates. And if they're not, why do they keep releasing them? Is it in their contract that they have to release X number?
I expect it's actually quite funnily tied to mashup packs because they obviously get a cut of mashup packs as well. And if they
They
don't
probably get
release
all of it,
updates,
I
they
imagine.
get a cut of everything. But if they don't release updates, people lose attention in the console versions.
But
Therefore,
why don't they
don't
release
buy
more frequent updates then? Because the current cycle has been
because
big
they have to
updates.
pay God knows how much to get it through certification.
Oh, but they
Was it
don't. They really. Not only does no game have to pay that anymore, but early in the process, Minecraft never had to pay. It was one of their things they got.
oh right.
So
So
why did
laziness is why they don't release them more frequently. I'm talking to you, 4J.
But then we had the biggest update ever. I mean, I just get really confused. that
Yeah,
there's
we had
no
the biggest
pattern we
update
can look
ever
at.
after I don't know how many months.
6 months,
Yeah, it's half a year,
and they were working the Wii U edition too.
and we didn't get banners.
But we got
6 months you had.
we got smooth red stand on stairs exclusive.
Is it?
I
They
didn't even
don't know
notice until I checked, and I was like, oh, they're not like that
I
on
didn't
PC.
even know that wasn't on PC.
So what I think it must have been, I think they're gonna patch it out because there was smooth regular sandstone stairs until
no.
they noticed because someone pointed it out. I reckon
Yeah,
someone's
that was a
made
glitch. Yeah, no, I think that was a glitch because obviously I don't think 4J use the console version to build their worlds. They'll use a development version of the game that
They use
gives.
the development version of the console, as I understand it.
Yeah, but
Android.
it's not our version of the game. I can't see them using our exact version. They haven't purchased Minecraft from the Xbox store and then because they can't get the worlds off it.
I don't want to be condescending here, and I'm worried I'll come across that way. But they do, if the developer and program on the Xbox One at the very least is basically the equivalent of having the game, but there is a store that if you're a developer you go onto and you can buy everything for free. You have infinite money in your account.
But how do they get it off there then?
Do you mean the worlds?
Yeah.
Well, they know how the save file works, so they can just put it on a thing, take it off, do that. I know that they do all this crazy stuff, and they the way they generate the maps involves a PC, but I'm pretty sure they just know because they made the code. They know how to make a map that works that way. That's
Well,
the impression they gave across it.
Going back to the point of my story,
yeah,
before you rudely blew me out.
To condescend you to
It's
it,
I think it was a mess up glitch, and it was just a normal sandstone stair that had just the wrong texture on it, and that's all it was. I hope they don't patch out red sandstone stairs if
right.
it is
I
exclusive.
feel like they can't at this point. I feel like they just have to
What's
add in
the-
regular ones.
Yeah, what's the point?
Well, because
You know,
it's a glitch.
why take out blocks?
Because it's a glitch. I think what they're going to have to do, because there will be, I don't know if it'll be a big outrage, they'll have to do some messy stuff, because the thing is, the smooth red sandstone stairs take up the spot in the textures that the red sandstone stairs should. So they can't just add red sandstone stairs.
They'll probably just retexture it then.
They will. Which is a shame.
Well, to be honest, that doesn't really affect too much because it's not going to affect any mashup packs or texture packs.
That's something. That's something I really would like to check. Actually, like that's an easy way to see what's going on. If you check a mashup pack and it is, smooth or not, that'll probably tell you whether it was a glitch or not.
Yeah, natural texture pack would be the best one for that. Because that's natural texture pack is the closest. Live research here.
So, in the meantime, did we go through all of the games of 2016? By the way, or your
not
games?
all the games of 2016, all my games of 2016.
Okay. So I think I have 2 to add to your list.
Go on.
One is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Uh-huh.
Why are you not interested in this?
Never
did it not
played
make your top 11? Oh, you just didn't. Okay. Well, I guess if I'm doing my research and watching a movie, you should play at least an hour of Human Revolution.
Okay.
It's so cheap.
Okay.
And if you don't like it, that's fine. I think the first hour's it'll give you the idea of whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
Second game of 2016. A part of me was like Minecraft 1.9. No, that doesn't count. Although it'll be the last update for like 2 or 3 years at their current rate.
Yeah.
But
very likely.
Okay, so here we are. By the way, okay, live findings.
Live research.
Red sandstone stairs in the natural texture pack do not look incredibly smooth to me. I'm gonna have to compare them to the regular sandstone stairs. Ooh, yeah, okay, they are smoother than the regular sandstone stairs. Oh, in fact, wait, let's...
Oh, we can have a look. If you're watching this on iTunes, you'll have to head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Power Up Podcast.
I just unplugged my monitor. Well, can you still see stuff?
I can still see stuff. Yeah, I can still see.
Can you see the thing yet?
See Call of Duty. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Oh, yeah, that is so smooth.
Yeah, right. Let me that. So I'm going to unplug my monitor back in.
Smooth.
And in the meantime, while I can't see anything, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I can go through a couple more games that are being released in 2016 while you're doing that. There's a game called XCOM 2. I never knew there was a first one, but apparently it's a war against the aliens.
Wait, XCOM, you never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
Ooh, it looks like someone else needs to play more games.
I know,
It's
right?
one of the big ones. It's on I like your phone and stuff. So
No, never touched it. Quantum Break, Xbox One, April 5th.
it's one of those
Dark
games.
Souls 3 nearly made it to the list because of how ridiculously hard those games are.
Wait, didn't Dark Souls turn into Bloodborne?
No, Bloodborne, I think, was the name of the second one, something like that, or spin-off or something like that.
Okay.
It says Dark Souls 3, PC, PS4, Xbox One, April the 12th. It's going to be as hard as all the other ones. Star Fox Zero
Oh, that's
for Wii U.
I'm
I mean,
buy
I'm not
it,
interested in it, but
if it wouldn't be so expensive even 5 years from now, I would be interested. But at full price, yeah.
yeah. See, there's one on this list called Battleborn for PC, PS4, Xbox One, May the 3rd. It looks like a PS2 game. Like, or the image that we have of this at the moment, it's like, do you remember an old Xbox game called Whacked?
I do not.
You do not. Imagine arcade minigame style game. So capture the flag, but while capturing the flag, you can throw beach balls at each other in order to... That's what Whacked was.
Uh-huh.
This looks like that, but sort of like a shooter game, but a really arcadey one.
Okay.
Overwatch for PC June the 23rd. Dishonored.
Oh, Overwatch is...
Yeah.
I want to play it because it's... Oh, no, it costs money. It's not free to play.
It's not free to play, no.
I don't think it's going to go
Dishonored
anywhere. Never mind. I'm going to retract my excitement.
2.
I think people are going to be bored of it before it comes out.
Yeah, it's very likely. Dishonored 2 for PC, PS4, Xbox One, the second quarter of 2016. My fiance played the first one. I watched bits here and there whenever I was sort of there to watch bits of it. Looked pretty cool. They're making the second one. But that's all I have to really say about it.
Heck yeah.
Recore, I saw this at E3 with a little dog with a little blue orb that you put in it and it becomes alive and then you can
the
take
robot dog.
Yeah, the robot dog, and then you take
Yeah.
it out and you put it in something else. Cool aspect, but from what I remember, this was E3 like last year. I remember people instantly picked like giant plot holes in the trailer in like the
I
30
like it
second
when they do
trailer,
that.
and they
Yeah.
picked like 7 plot holes, and you're like, oh yeah, they sort of messed that up, didn't they? So I don't know what all that's sort of about. Uh, and that Legend of Zelda, Wii
Oh,
U.
that's a big one. Don't just say, oh, yeah.
I ain't a Wii
Just,
fan.
just Legend of Zelda.
Well, two things. Two things. One, I ain't a Wii fan. Two, it's Nintendo. They ain't getting none of my
Well,
money.
well, I'm not ever going to play it on YouTube, of course. That goes without saying.
I ain't even supporting them. Apart from
I
I'm sabotaging their
Okay,
game.
so I'd love to be principled enough to say, well, I'm not getting my money. It's a Legend of Zelda game.
I ain't getting my money. Minecraft doesn't even get my money for mashup packs.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, fair enough at that point. I
The
buy
last-
mashup packs, and I like mashup packs.
You like them. Everybody
them a
does
lot.
like them, apart from me. It
I think
seems.
I think skin packs are very rude. I think the idea
Very rude, Fudge. Very rude, Fudge. Why you be so rude?
I think they have created this really awful system where there's no way we'd ever get custom skins, and because they'd cut off their own revenue source. So we're in a situation where they're charging us money for an inferior product.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But mashup packs, I actually really enjoy. And we're expecting one in the first quarter of 2016. And I bet it's going to be Nintendo one. And it's going to be good, probably. And I'll buy it. And I won't be able to play it on YouTube with it. Actually,
yeah.
wait.
You
Nintendo
get, like,
property.
Super Mario in it and stuff like that.
Yeah, if it's Super Mario, for instance. Because it's a Nintendo property, but it's in a Mojang game. How does that work? I guess I could find out. I could be the live guinea pig, couldn't I?
Yeah, Microsoft game.
Yeah, Microsoft game on Nintendo platform with Nintendo characters.
Yeah, it is strange, but I must admit, a Mario mashup pack world sounds amazing.
That's the world. Yeah, the world's all I really care about. I don't want to be Mario as a skin, or I don't know.
No.
Actually, the music would actually be pretty good too. But music world.
But imagine the world itself. You'd have Princess Peach's castle and stuff like
I'm
that.
picturing the N64 castle, and there's like loads of courses you go into.
Yeah, it would be really, really cool.
I don't think it'll be Super Mario, to be honest. I reckon maybe Legend of Zelda, but it's probably gonna be one of the Vega franchises, like Donkey Kong.
Very likely. Very quickly, we'll go through The Last Guardian. This was a game that was released or shown at E3. I didn't really understand it. It was one of those games that, like a perfume advert, they make no sense. Giant dog / dragon / ostrich looking thing. And it was her friend. It was like a pet or something like that, from what I remember. That's PS4 exclusive. Final Fantasy 15 for PS4, Xbox One in 2016. Unravel is a game that I haven't heard of, but it's on this list of games coming for PC, PS4, Xbox One, 2016. Help an Adorable Man made of
the quality
yarn.
of these games is dropping as you go down.
Yeah, an adorable man made of yarn survive a world.
That game I'm excited for.
Are
It's
you
adorable.
actually? I've never even heard of it. A world trying to desperately to pull him apart in this gorgeous.
It's made by one dude, and the dude's like, did you not watch the? I think it was at the Xbox presentation this year. It was just like, oh,
No, I did
that,
not
that
see
dude
it.
in his game.
Cuphead is on here. I know you're excited for that. And in fact,
what makes it?
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
The internet is excited for the whole of internet is excited for Cuphead.
I've not heard of it.
It's like think of Mickey Mouse in the 1960s put into a game, made into a game for modern day.
That sounds
It's like-
terrible.
Yeah, it's like really terrible graphics, and it's basically like think of a Walt Disney cartoon into a game without Walt Disney characters, but like the Walt Disney visuals. Look it up.
I will do.
Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4, 2016. Paragon, PC, PS4, 2016. New South Park game. I was never interested in.
Oh, that should be on the list.
No!
That should be top off the list. Like,
No!
you should. This whole list should be restructured. And
No.
One, why no?
See
Did you
how
play the first
quickly
one?
I glanced over that, and you are just on it.
Man, that
No.
is honestly that is the only game I can say, regardless of what happens, I am buying that straight up.
No, not my sort of game.
Did you play
Not
the first South Park?
No,
Do you like South Park?
no.
Well, I guess that explains that one, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
not my thing. Mafia 3, and that's it.
Whoa, don't even just brush over this. Do you know what it's called? Read out the full title.
I know, fractured butthole. Yeah, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, no.
Okay, yeah, so next. To be fair though, like the fact that they're just getting away with calling a game that, I think is pretty funny. Oh wait, okay, the one more thing, just so I can go on about this a bit more. So the original South Park game was so horrendous they had to censor so many scenes to get it approved by the Australian board and maybe the US board of like ratings.
Right.
So what they actually did is instead of just removing the scenes or doing something like that, they replaced them in Australia with a koala bear crying, explaining the scene, and they explained it like so horrifically it was like worse than the scene in many cases, and they got it through. So like it'd be like, I'm sorry, we couldn't show you this scene because the Australians didn't want us to. However, what happens is, and then this horrendous explanation of like, a Nazi walks into the room where there is an unborn fetus on the table, except that, and it's just like, oh my. So
Yeah,
good job for not bowing down to censorship or something like that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Get it
continue
round.
on. I won't get that excited about any other game on the list. So
I can't believe we're gonna end it on a South Park argument.
I don't think it's an argument. I think it's a style of humor that's Marmite. You know,
Yeah, very Marmite.
if I don't even hate people. I don't even blame people for disliking it. I think I could see an alternate universe Toy Cat that hates it. That's not even too different for me. But I like that it's current events, but it's not current events that's trying to do its thing. Like I think it's good. Yeah, South Park. It's also an okay game that just has to.
It's okay. It's also an okay game. Right, very quickly to finish off. Then we always go through our "Would you rather" questions. Do you have one?
No, and I can't get
Oh.
one either because it would overwrite your webcam or whatever's in my browser. One sec. Okay, so what do you have one? I guess is the
I
message?
have one.
Okay, what is your would you
It's a
rather?
very simple one, but very hard.
Okay.
Are you ready? Would you rather have no knees or no elbows? So
So what-
basically, would you rather have your legs locked straight or your arms locked straight?
Can you give me a second to see how walking works without knees?
Yeah, go on. For those of you on iTunes, I will now be a koala. No, you have hips though, you mug. Like you can, yeah, exactly. That's it.
Wait, one sec. Now let me check.
You're like a
my
really
arms.
old school puppet.
Let me see if I can pick up a controller.
This is hilarious to watch. You need to definitely head over to youtube.com/Power Up Podcast to come check this out.
One sec. One more check.
Okay, I'm happy watching.
Okay. Arms, because I can play games just fine. I'd have to give up on, I guess, skiing, and that's about it in life. Like,
Oh no, hold on. Hey, look, you have no elbows.
no elbows. Yep.
Yeah, you have no elbows.
So I'm locked like this.
Okay, itch your arm. That's your.
Oh no!
yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, we'll pass that one then. Okay.
Wait,
Itch your back.
wait, 1 sec. Oh, how do I get this into my?
Yeah, itch your back. Go on.
Wait. Okay, it's gone. Yeah. Okay, that sucks. That sucks
Yeah.
real bad.
All right.
I'm going for legs.
Itch your foot. You know, you can itch your foot, but that's about it. And that is hard.
Yeah, I'm going for legs now. Actually.
Yeah. You need to be able to itch.
'Cause
Imagine
I can't
going
even-
through your entire life without being able to itch.
And also, like, okay, there's a fork in my hand. How do I move the food into my mouth?
Yeah. How do you eat? You cannot eat. Yeah. You wake
I'd
up
have
in
to
the
throw it
morning.
In the direction
You wake
of
up
my
in the
mouth.
morning. Wash your hair. Pretend to wash your hair. Yeah. You can't wash your hair, can you? You can get the shampoo on there pretty easy. You can rub the sides of your head with your arms, but you ain't gonna be washing nothing. Yeah. Wake up in the morning. Your eyes are a bit glued together after a real deep sleep. Rub your eyes. Go on. Rub your eyes. No. You can't.
Wait,
can
yeah, you can.
You think that's going to help? You think that's going to work?
Just as well as rubbing your eyes does anyway. I'm gonna go for legs only
Yeah.
because like I have to put contact
first
lenses
you
in
think-
and
at
trying to
first
do
you-
that. Like
Yeah.
it's just not possible.
At first, you think, yeah, no, arms is better because you need to be able to walk. But there's so many negatives to having locked arms.
And
If
you can
just
walk
have
with
locked
walk legs
legs.
anyway.
Yeah, if you have locked legs, I mean, you could still get around. You could get some sort of electric wheelchair-based thing.
But
to
you
be
can
able
just
to-
walk. Like I was walking.
Yeah, but it's awkward. Try going upstairs with locked legs. Even worse, try going downstairs with locked legs.
I want to test this, but it won't be on the video.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Okay, just give me a second. If you hear noises,
Okay, if I hear...
I really need to test this before I can.
Okay, don't unlock your legs.
Okay.
Okay, so for those of you listening on iTunes or any other device, Toycat has now left the building. He's left the room at least. What has he got in his room while here? I see a Minecraft sword, and I know he's got a Minecraft torch just out of shot. Got a little cushion, iPad there. Oh, he's back. How'd it go?
So that was very dangerous.
Yeah?
So the first one, I was like, oh, no, I bent my leg. So the second one, I just went in full bout, and I was like, ah! You have to, like, balance yourself on the walls and go down that way. So.
I suppose the easiest way would actually be to jump down or up each step.
That's so risky, though, because if you land on the front of the thing...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know what's even more dangerous with locked knees, though? Try and get out of a wet shower.
Oh, man, your life sucks either way, I guess.
Your life sucks. Yeah, so would you rather question? These aren't meant to be easy.
Yeah, that's true. Fine. Yeah, I guess I would go with... No, I'm going with locked arms. I'll keep the legs.
I'll give you a third option.
Okay.
One locked arm of your choice and one locked leg of your choice.
Both locked arms still.
Locked
Both
arms?
Okay, look at this. I worked out while I was gone. Okay, I want to eat, right?
Yeah. Oh, I would love to take you to any restaurant right now. Yeah? Okay. He's actually got the fork. Oh, we nearly lost him. He dropped his food. Well done. Absolutely, mate. Why didn't you just eat straight off the plate?
Oh, good point. Oh.
You should have gone, because I'm not an animal.
That's the fancy restaurant solution right there. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I want a
would
really,
love
really
to
big date. And I'm like, okay. So I took a would you rather question. My arms don't work. Don't worry, though, I can still use a fork. And I do that. And that was quite impressive, I'd like to believe.
If you got a date and went to a restaurant, you would hire someone to feed you.
Yes, I agree.
Do you know
Maybe
what I mean?
that's what the date would be doing. Maybe be like,
Maybe she's there to feed you and you're just calling it a date.
That's probably the situation at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did not get a would you rather, but I have the... Okay, give me 10 seconds and I can have one right back at you. So actually, what would you pick? I don't think you concluded, actually.
Oh, it has to be locked legs. I mean, I can get some sort of vehicle that's modified to get me around. I'm so lazy that I would like to be pushed around everywhere. As far as the showering goes, I could get a ramp to get in and out of the shower. Basically, you become wheelchair ridden. To be safe, at least. And a lot of people have very successful and very happy lives in wheelchairs. Unless you have something different to say about it. No, you're not going to stick your foot in that, are you? No.
Tactical.
You cannot argue with me right now. Not without making yourself look like a terrible, terrible human being. No, wheelchairs.
I agree. Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Being
I would
wheelchair bound isn't actually horrible.
Yeah,
like
it would be absolutely fine. And actually getting
you
from
could
A
be
to
wheelchair
B-
bound right now. You didn't get out of your chair. Very suspiciously.
Oh yeah, I haven't got wheels on it. I mean, I'm halfway there already.
Yeah. When do you need to get up? And is it for something you enjoy most of the time? Like going to sleep? Going and doing something like.
I don't know if you had a wheelchair that could recline.
Oh, that'd be the best if you were just like that all the time.
Do they have them? Do they have wheelchairs that can recline?
I would have to hope so. Because otherwise,
you-
what are they going to do? They can't sit up. Like, does their posture really matter that much at that point?
I suppose it depends on what sort of disability that they have.
You raise a solid question. That's
Say for
probably
someone
got a
that
complex answer.
for someone,
doesn't it?
yeah, for someone that can't feel from neck or below, I don't think that posture is that important because obviously the pain can't be felt once bad posture sets in. But anyway, we're going sort of
Okay.
onto it.
I have my would you rather. Would you rather
Yep.
be trapped in virtual reality for 1 year, or be trapped on a planet filled with dangerous inhabitants for 2 years? It should be the other way around, shouldn't it?
Say virtual reality sounds sick as long as it's a good virtual reality.
Okay,
Why
let's
would
say
I
it's the
not-
same scenario. Virtual reality on the planet for a year, where if you die in the virtual reality, you die in real life. Or you're actually
Or
on the planet.
actually-
Yeah. That's how I'm interpreting this.
Rather be there for a short amount of time. If it makes no, if I die anyway, I'd rather just be there for shorter.
You're raising a solid question. I blame this person. It seems so good in my head. It
sounds
seems
like-
there's a good basis for a question there. They just got the whole thing wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
let's scrap it. I'm going back to the drawing board. Okay, would you rather spend a month on a dangerous planet where you know everything is out to kill you,
Right.
or a year in a simulation of that planet with you die in either one and you take pain some amount normally. Twist is though you get a gun in virtual reality. And also you get to see a heads-up display, so you know how much health you've got before you die. You've got all this stuff with you.
I don't know. In real life, I know how pretty close to dead I am anyway. I don't need a health bar to
Yeah, but
tell
if you
me
just
how...
dig yourself a hole and live there for a month, See, now that's a question.
Do I get unlimited ammo in this virtual reality? Because it's a year.
You get 200 rounds. You
Well,
can
then
you
you
can
can
find more. There's because it's a video
How hard
game.
are these monsters? Are they like one bullet kills? Because if they're one bullet kills, that means I can only kill
They have a
200
weak point where
monsters.
they'll die in one bullet. Yes.
Just one spot that'll kill them in one bullet. So if I hit that one spot on every one that I shoot, I can kill 200. That's
Bear
less
in mind, you
than
might
one a
find
day.
alien weapons though.
I might find
Because
alien.
it's basically it's like a video game,
Okay.
Kind of. And yeah.
I'll take the gun for the head start and stay there a year.
Will you dig yourself a hole? Like, how are you gonna get food for a year?
I'll eat. How would I eat for a month?
You don't need to eat for a month, do you? I could be wrong.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You can live a month. You're not gonna be comfortable. No one's on day 28 like, I'm actually kind of hungry.
So this world, this alien world, has sort of food that we don't know of, but has water that we can drink.
yeah.
Because without yeah.
Well, okay,
'cause-
let's assume they're carbon based and they need water. There's got to be water somewhere, yeah. Look, this is a very unspecified scenario that I had to make up 20 seconds ago, or
Okay.
2 minutes ago now. We keep rolling with this. So yeah, there's water on the
Nah,
planet
it'd have to
somewhere,
be- I'm changing my answer. Be a month,
and you're just gonna dig yourself a hole, get some water.
or I start off real life for a month, but at the end of the month, if I actually end up quite enjoying it and I become the leader of this world, I would then stay for a year in virtual reality.
There you
Because
go.
in my mind, I feel like I could end up being a very powerful diplomat of that
Remember
country.
though, you can't ever communicate with aliens. Presumably, they don't speak English. Like most
Yeah,
people
but-
on our planet don't speak English. Let
Yeah, but
alone.
I'll like when I see them, like I'll try and befriend them if I can. If I can't, then I'll shoot some
Give
of
them a
them
big
until I
hug.
get my point across that I'm a very dangerous man and should be listened to very intently. And then after that, we'll then sort of set up some sort of communication if it means very basic
Let's-
sort of Egyptian style.
Let's try and roll this the
communications.
other way around. Imagine an alien bursts into your house, shoots, your girlfriend, and are you gonna be like, oh, I respect this guy,
No, I'm not saying I'm respecting him, but I would shut up and let him talk.
as he makes his weird like.
Oh, I would be listening very intently at every command that he says.
So when he points at the window, you're like, yep, I should go out the window.
I will jump out there now.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. You got a point. I would watch out for the big alien that just shot one of my family members.
Exactly.
So any aliens watching this podcast, if you want to get to Zonos or anything, just burst into his house and shoot someone.
Exactly. In fact, I might do something completely more evil. I would befriend the aliens, but to befriend them, I would say you can have my home planet, and I will tell them the coordinates and the location of Earth. Let them harvest you all, enslave you all, for my own safety and comfort and invulnerability.
Jeez. Wow, dude.
Every man for himself.
You
I
heard
don't
it
care
here.
about none of you.
Zono will sell you out in a heartbeat if it
Oh yeah,
makes him live.
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna.
Unless I hit 1 million subscribers. If I hit 1 million subscribers, okay, as long as I hit 1 million subscribers, if I ever get taken by aliens onto an alien planet, I will not trade your lives in for mine.
You heard the man. Only needs 930
30.
subscribers. Nice, that you're pretty close.
930,000.
Yeah.
Not 930.
Yeah, just
If it was 930, then I mean,
You'd be busy in your YouTube yatched rather than here in this school.
yeah, I would be, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would like to just
1 million
really
subscribers, I wouldn't care about you.
say, the video game one sounds way better to me. I'd like it to be known in this scenario. I think, at the very least, you're gonna have fun, even if you die 6 months in, because
Yep. But if you have a gun, you're immediately hostile. If you don't have a
you can
gun,
holster it. You know, hold X or the equivalent in VR.
yeah, but
Or
if
just
you don't
actually
have a
holster it.
gun, the aliens aren't gonna really worry too much about a fleshy-skinned human.
We're assuming they're dangerous aliens, though.
So having a gun or not ain't gonna make much of a difference.
I think it will. I think. I
How
assume.
long is this podcast?
Oh, 1 hour, 20 minutes. And I was meant to sleep quite a while ago. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the Power Up podcast. Before we leave, I would like to plug our sponsor, Toycat's Amazon link. Only
There you go.
there can you find the greatest Amazon products from all around the globe. Check Toycat's Amazon link.
There you go.
Proceeds go to support this.
50%. Yep.
More than 50% of the podcast screen you're seeing right now, roughly.
Yeah.
You know, if you round it, is supported by that. And
Yeah.
one day, Zono might be too.
One day.
One day. You
In
heard
fact,
it
one
here.
day he might give some of that revenue towards me.
Exactly. The only way to find out is to click a link and do that whole thing.
Well, there you go.
We need to get a real sponsor. Do you want to do that at some point?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just do fake sponsors?
Is
'Cause
anybody
we can actually go
watching
on to
the-
like a more funny fake sponsor.
Yeah. We'll just
Sponsored
make
by
up our own
4J
product.
Studios. Buy the Mass Effect mashup pack. It's
No, we should
good.
make up our own sponsor and then end up making that into a successful company to sponsor us.
It's genius. Then we wouldn't have to pay the company and we'd get free advertising.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
then if it becomes so successful through us advertising that company, we will no longer have to do the podcast because the company will be taking up too much of our time.
Exactly. Okay, well, that's our plan for next week. Your homework is play an hour of Deus Ex Human Revolution. I'm going to watch The Dark Knight. Or do you want me... Is The Dark Knight Rises any better? Like, is that more important?
Watch them both. In fact, your homework is to watch both Batman films and complete Mass Effect. I'll play.
I can't complete
Deuce.
Mass Effect. I don't have the disc.
You have to buy it then.
I can't get to a game store this week. I don't
Buy it from the store.
Oh, fake £40. Oh.
It's your homework.
I can't.
If you do not
You're that
do
teacher that's like, oh, well, for every hour you're in the lesson, you should be doing 3 hours of homework at home. No.
Now, if you do not, this is instead of getting an after-school detention for not playing Mass Effect, in the next podcast, if you haven't completed it, I will tell you the ending to Mass Effect 3. By next week, you've got 1 week to do this homework assignment. Otherwise, I
can't get
will
the game
do
though.
your
I
homework for
genuinely
you.
would play it if I could get the game. If you don't know, everyone listening, I have the game, but the second I got to the very end of the first disc and I've lost the second one, or it doesn't work, or I don't know what the deal is.
You don't do your homework, I will do your homework for you.
Well, okay, you're playing all of Deus Ex Human Revolution then. It's only like 10 hours.
What happens if I don't? You gonna tell me the ending? 'Cause I couldn't care less.
I'm gonna get you back at this next week, and I'm gonna spend all week articulating the way to make this evil for you. So, I hope you did all enjoy the Parrot podcast. If you want to join in the homework, watch The Dark Knight. I will maybe be discussing it. Don't play Mass Effect 3 because it's gonna be spoiled. And I
I
hope
think
you.
everybody has played it.
I think everyone has. I think I'm a bit late to the party. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Bye.
Bye.
I can't play the outro this time because I closed it earlier.
Oh no.
But we can simulate it. So do you want to do the music and I'll do the like?
I can't even remember how it goes now.
Wait. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, it's just like lots of bouncing noises, really.
It's just a bouncy noise, isn't it?
There we go. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.